Hi, everyone, and welcome to AIA Lab. I would like for you to grab a copy, your notebook, or whatever you need, because today we're talking about something that sounds boring, but will absolutely save you thousands of dollars, months of stress, and also a couple headaches, which is construction contracts. We're going to talk about construction contract. And don't worry, we're going to break it all down. We're going to break it all down into simple terms that will make it easy. Hopefully, you'll get it. But if not, I will always love to break it down some more in another podcast. So today's focus is AIA B101 2017. So AIA stands for the American Institute of Architects. And the B101, I'm going to tell you what exactly it is. The Classic Owner-Architect Agreement. One of the most commonly used contracts in residential commercial work. And if you're building a home, renovating, even add an addition, you'll probably have to have this contract some point in the build. So let's get into it. Okay. Understanding AIA contract families, the B101, and I'm going to break it all down. Before we jump into the clauses, let me pull back the curtain a bit. The AIA contract comes in families. It's like the Marvel universe of architectural paperwork. B101 2017 actually tell you exactly what it is. So the B is the owner-architect agreement. The 1 is the prime professional agreement. The 0 is the design bid build delivery method. And the 1 is the version in this series. And 2017 is the edition year is released. So here's a plot twist. B101 is not a standalone contract. It lives in a whole ecosystem. You have A101 for the owner-contractor relationship, C401 for the architect and consultant, the B201 for supplementary services, A701 for bidding, and the G series for construction administration. The A201, the general condition, on the other hand, is not technically a contract. There's no signature line, but it's the backbone of the whole project. So basically, one big extended family with cousins you didn't even know existed. All right, now that we know who's in the family reunion, let's get into the 8 clauses every homeowner must understand. So number 1, scope of services. What your architect actually does. All right, homeowners. This is a chapter everyone skims, but regrets it later. The scope of services spells out exactly what your architect is responsible for. And they're doing interior design, site visits, coordinating engineers. Are they checking on construction progress, or are they handing over drawings and wishing you good luck? If it's not written, and it's an assumption. And assumptions are where disputes love to grow. So make sure this part of it is crystal clear. The clearer the scope, the fewer surprises and voices, and the fewer of, I thought you were doing that. Trust me, just make it plain and simple and clear. Number 2, standard of care. And no, your architect isn't a wizard. The contract says your architect will perform consistent with the professional skill and care ordinarily provided by architect practicing within the same location. Translation: your architect must act like a competent professional, not perfect, not a psychic, and not a builder of all things and know-it-all and nothing is ever wrong. Knowing this keeps the expectation realistic and help you as a homeowner understand what architect can provide and what they can't. You know, there's also a reality to some of these extraordinary visions. Number 3, construction administration, your hidden superpower. Design is only half the job. Construction is where things get honestly real. Construction administration, often stands for CA, is basically your architect's watchdog role. Site visits, reviewing contractor pay apps, catching the errors, making sure the contract follows the drawings. But here's the catch. CA is not automatically included. You as a homeowner have to make sure your contract specifically includes it. It's one of the best protections you can buy as a homeowner. And number 4, compensation, fee structure, and what ifs. Let's talk money. Money, money, money. All right, architectural fees can be lump sum, percentage of the construction cost, hourly, which is commonly for small work. But the real question is, what happens if the project grows and changes or there's delays? And you want the contract to explain how additional services are charged, what triggers a fee increase, and how design revision affects the budget. Because project tends to grow, and this often is called scope creep, and it creeps quietly. Number 5, owner's responsibility. Yes, you have homework too. The B101 isn't one-sided. You as an owner have responsibilities, which is along the lines of providing surveys, soil reports, making timely decisions, don't overthink it, paying invoices on time. And if you don't meet these responsibilities, delays or claims against the architect can fall back on you. Think of this as your skin in the game clause. You are part of the team, not just a spectator. Number 6, termination clause. The breakup protocol. You know how signing up for subscription is easy, but canceling them is like running a maze. Like, what happened? It was so easy. Click, 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 and then boom, you're in. And then somehow you're trying to get out. Well, contract can be like that too. In B101, you can terminate the agreements for convenience, but you must give a written notice, usually within 7 days, pay for all services already performed, and this clause is your clean exit strategy. Know it before you need it. Number 7, dispute resolution, mediation, arbitration, or litigation. Most AIA agreements go in that order: mediation, arbitration, or litigation. Arbitration is faster and cheaper, but has limited appeal options. Litigation gives you more protection, but moves slow. Before signing, you and your architect should decide which path you prefer. Some contracts even let you skip mediation. I don't recommend it, but it happens. This is where a construction attorney is worth every penny. And number 8, change orders and cost control. Keeping your budget in check is important. Project change, they always do. The contract should clearly define how changes are documented, who approves them, and how costs are tracked. During design, your architect should provide cost estimate at each major phase. During construction, the contractor provides detailed pricing, labor, material, etc. And yes, your architect review change orders during the CA phase to protect your budget. Think of it as your checks and balances system. And I must let the world know I am not a lawyer, but now you're prepared. So these 8 clauses I highly recommend that every homeowner should know. There is so much more to dive into with contract, but understanding these clauses will put you ahead of 90% of other homeowners starting their construction project. The AIA B101 is designed to balance risk between the architect and the owner, but only when you understand how it works. So before you sign anything, please review your AIA agreement with a construction attorney. The future you will absolutely thank you, and the present you will be relieved. All right, that's it for today's episode. If you find this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who is planning a renovation or about to build a new build. I'll catch you in the next one. And remember, great homes start with great contracts. Woohoo!